News 3 starts now.
Welcome to Live at 4. We begin with developing news. One man is dead and 12 people are injured after a gas explosion in Canton, Illinois last night.
The explosion in downtown Canton occurred just after 4 p.m. Wednesday. The investigation into the cause of the explosion is still underway.
We had a crew on the scene last night, and now News 3's Emily Manley joins us live in Canton with the latest. Emily, what can you tell us?
Danny and Bree, we are here in downtown Canton. I want to let you know we just got out of a press conference about 20 minutes ago, and the Fulton County coroner, Steve Hines, did confirm with me the man that did pass during this explosion was Arturo Silva Jr. He is 38 of Mapleton, Illinois. All we know as of right now is that 48 buildings need few repairs, 6 need repairs, and 3 are a total loss. Last night when the explosion happened right after 5 o'clock, the city knew that they had to come together. And when they came together, it wasn't just this morning, it started last night. But when the sun rose this morning, they saw how their downtown square was hurt. The city of Canton stands in for the past 24 hours. At 4:10 Wednesday afternoon, Ameren responded to reports that a contractor had hit one of their gas lines. Ameren arrived on the scene to squeeze off the gas and was making repairs when a boom heard across 20 miles.
10 blocks away from here, and I heard the explosion in my house. I thought a tree had fallen in my yard. That's how loud it was even there.
Laying on the couch watching TV. I live right around the corner, and it rocked me like somebody hit my house with a truck. I jumped up and I looked out the window to see what was going on, and there was a big puff of smoke. It looked like a mushroom cloud.
And we actually thought it was a bomb that went off.
That thunder and smoke was a gas line exploding in the downtown square of Canton. 1 Ameren worker died, 11 others were injured. Police departments and first responders from around the area rushed to the scene to find the downtown in ruins. Business owners and employees jumped into action.
And me and another older gentleman, we directed ambulances to where they needed to go and helped resuscitate the best we could, and we all just kind of stood around in shock and awe.
Hundreds stood in shock after Wednesday night's explosion. Business owners and community members agree it's a blessing the explosion didn't happen earlier in the day.
I think everybody's thankful that, even though one fatality is horrible, but it could have been a lot worse. And so I think, like I said, buildings can be rebuilt, so I think we'll be good.
The downtown of Canton has many historic buildings, but members of the community have faith.
It'll be a long recovery for the next few weeks, and I know there's people out of jobs, there's a lot of other things, but I have a lot of faith in this community as far as people coming together and getting together and doing the right thing. Now, as you can see here, we are still in the downtown square. They have just put up light fixtures for this evening. They're going to continue investigating through the night. Many officers still here, from state police to Fulton County to other counties around this area. When we were in the press conference, we were told from the mayor and the state representative of this area that they're extremely proud of this community and how much they have come together to be able to clean this all up. Lots of buildings need repairing. People were able to hear this big kaboom for over 20 miles outside of this area. Windows are boarded up here in here in downtown Canton, along with other buildings that are even 2 blocks off of the square. There's going to be another press conference tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We will bring you any updates happen overnight, even in the morning. But once again, I want to tell you the man who was killed in this explosion was Arturo Silva. He is 38 of Mapleton, Illinois. But that's it for right now. I'm in Canton. Any updates we will bring you on Facebook and Twitter. Just search News 3 WIU. Reporting in the downtown Canton Square, Emily Manley, News 3.
Now, Emily, you've been there in downtown Canton all day. Can you tell me what the mood has been like there?
Danny, I have to tell you, the neatest thing about this whole thing is their downtown square has tons of historic buildings, and a lot of it is ruined. But the community has kept the faith. They have come out here. There's tons of volunteers. They've brought food, water, anything to help anyone that is needed in this time. And they've come together. And the few people that I have talked to in this community have told me that this is not going to stop them. They are going to continue to rebuild. It's going to take months. It's not going to happen overnight, but they are going to do everything that they can to make sure that they are ready to go, especially during this holiday season coming up. But this community has great faith, and they tell me that they will rebuild with no problem.
The city of Macomb is mourning after the loss of a city employee. Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4.
On Monday, Fire Chief Andy Taylor was laid to rest after an apparent suicide on Thursday.
Taylor was the chief for 10 years and worked for Macomb Police Department for 20. 6-year-old Andy Taylor was found dead Thursday on the 300th block of University Drive. A passerby found Taylor and called police right before 4 p.m. Not long after police arrived, Mayor Mike Inman canceled Town and Gown. Inman told the media the event to kick off homecoming was canceled due to a city employee's death. 17 hours later, McDonough County Coroner released the name of the city employee at a press conference Friday morning.
Macomb City police officers were called to a wooded area near the 300 block of University Drive at 3:52 p.m. Thursday, September 29th, after a pedestrian walking in the area placed a call to McDonough County 911 reporting the discovery of an individual who was unresponsive. Upon arrival, officers discovered Macomb Fire Chief Andy Taylor, 46, who was pronounced dead at the scene by McDonough County Coroner Eric Jameson.
Inman went on to say that the city sends their prayers and support to Andy's wife Margaret and their sons, parents, and extended family.
Our fire department has lost a well-respected leader, and our community has lost a dedicated public servant and friend.
The city has shown their support by placing a memorial outside the firehouse. Fourth graders from nearby St. Paul Elementary, friends, and strangers have stopped by to show their support for the loved fire chief. Taylor graduated from Western in 2002 with a degree in law enforcement and justice administration. He was also an adjunct professor at Western, teaching in the LEJA school. Macomb Deputy Chief J.R. Hyde has been named the interim fire chief until the city can go through the hiring process for a new chief. Hyde joined the department in 1998 and was appointed deputy chief in 2009. The investigation into Taylor's death is still ongoing.
Live at 4 continues.
The 30th annual balloon rally brought hot air balloons teams to Macomb from all over Illinois. This balloon rally is the oldest one in the state, and it continues to bring a big crowd every year.
Saturday night, Vince Grady Field was filled with kids, music, and big balloons. These balloons have been flying in Macomb for 30 years, and year after year, the same pilots return.
It's been 30 years for Macomb. It's the longest running event in Illinois. A lot of the events started immediately after ours. And so there's a lot of events around Illinois that we do that are 26, 27 years. But Macomb's been 30 solid years.
Al Roosh says he got into balloon flying when he started to sponsor the pilots at the Macomb Balloon Rally.
You know, as soon as my kids grow up and get gone, I'm going to get me one of these balloons. And he says, do it now while the kids are young. And so we did. Within the next 6 months, had my pilot's license.
The Roosh family isn't the only family who has been flying for years. Ryan Carlton learned to love balloons from his dad, and now he teaches students how to fly.
As ballooning became part of our normal life, that balloon became a member of the family as much as anything else.
Weather affects how a pilot flies a balloon. If there is too much wind, the balloon isn't able to fly.
The direction of a balloon flight has to be figured out before you ever leave the ground. We are completely at the mercy of the winds for most of our direction and all of our propulsion.
This weekend was too windy for any of the balloons to take flight, but the families were still able to enjoy the annual balloon glow.
Fly on a hot air balloon?
Yeah.
And do you think it'd be scary?
No.
Is it on your bucket list?
Yes.
Which one's your favorite?
The Elvis.
The Elvis one? What do you
like about the balloons?
We can go because there are very many colors.
Would you ever fly in a hot air balloon?
No.
Why not?
Because
The 30th annual balloon rally left families, kids, and the pilots happy. Ryan Carlton explained to me that showing off your balloon is like showing off an antique car.
It's a terrible form of transportation, but it's a lot of fun.
Now, I had to ask how much a hot air balloon cost, and the pilots told me between $40,000 and $45,000, depending on the materials you buy. Megan, absolutely fantastic. I wanted one, but that's not in the budget anytime
Definitely
soon.
not. Definitely
It's
not.
Friday, we brought you the story of 2 graduate students at Western Illinois University who organized a benefit for a 1-year-old boy with cancer.
News 3's Emily Manley went to the benefit Wednesday night and has the story. Emily?
When we brought you this story on Good Morning Macomb, these 2 students just wanted to get the word out about the benefit and get people in the door. But instead, they had so many people show up, they had to put a cap on the event. People who attended the benefit not only left with a new decoration for the holidays, but with the feeling of helping a 1-year-old boy with neuroblastoma.
Will Idson is a happy 1-year-old boy. If you saw his smiling face, you wouldn't know he's sick. But the reality is Will has a rare infant cancer, neuroblastoma. He has already gone through 4 rounds of chemo and is getting ready to go back for more. Dana and Tracy met Will's mom at WIU in graduate school. When they became friends with Lauren Idson, they didn't know that they would become a major support system and later put on a benefit to help her son.
To make someone else happy, nothing else mattered. I mean, whatever stresses we had going up to it, nothing mattered. Just seeing them sit there, it was incredible. I'm just so happy everyone came, everyone had a good time, and everyone's leaving with a great or semi-great painting. So overall, it's just a good feeling.
The paintings Tracy is talking about are what the 2 girls did for Will's benefit. They call the event Will's Snowman. People from around the community rallied to support Will, and to some it hit home because they have small children too.
It makes you feel great. I have 2 small boys myself, an almost 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, so it really hits home that, it could be any of us. And so just the little things that I can do to help this family, it means a lot to know that I've helped contribute and to support them through all of this as well.
Lauren and her husband Brad were overwhelmed Wednesday night as more and more people came to support them. The Idsons told me they cannot thank people enough for what everyone has done.
Words can't express the amount of gratitude that we have for all the support that we've had. It's just so humbling, and to see the kindness and just the generosity of people. It's been really amazing. It really has been. It kind of carries us through the really tough times, just the love and support that we've got. So.
Now, Will is still getting ready to head to St. Louis for another round of chemo, but this time it's stronger, and then he will move on to radiation. If you would like to help Will and his family and stay up to date with his journey, you can go to his Facebook page, We Will Win. Reporting in the studio, Emily Manley, News 3.